Operation Grand Heist, which is an appropriate name for how Activision and Treyarch are attacking your wallet with this new season, is now live across all platforms in spite of the recent changes to the black market to quell the plethora of outrage from across the gaming community with the introduction of paid loot boxes to a full price. Then by full price, I mean $60 for only half a game, because you still need to shell out an extra $50 for the Black Ops Pass in order to get the entire package. Prior to the update, you could actually purchase tiers beyond the end of the contraband stream for 100 COD points each, but unlike in past operations, you didn't get a reserve item, so you could literally purchase absolutely nothing for 100 COD points, making red dots and stickers everywhere feel undervalued. Instead, those crates were given out during the normal accrual of the contraband stream for having over 2 hours of in-game playtime, which is only faster than Evolution and Erosion, as a way of rewarding time played. Both of those issues have been fixed. However, the fact that you could still purchase supply drops, now rebranded Blackjack Reserves, and the addition of individual weapon camos and other assorted BBD-bobs to play dress up with in an FPS, watering down the loot pool like what drought-ridden places would yearn to have but gamers loathe, means that while this fix is much better for the community than where it was, it's still way past the line of acceptability to have monetization like this in a non-free-to-play game. This patch isn't really for us, it's just a PR face-saving move to try and change the narrative of the injection of greedy business practices, because Bobby Kotick is the most overpaid gaming company CEO on the planet and should have been fired, unlike the 800 or so employees that were laid off instead, because his company missed projections with his leadership in spite of record revenue, and Activision has no major plans in 2019 other than the yearly Call of Duty game that will get shit out by the end of the year now that Destiny 2 has been jettisoned, that Diablo Immortal catastrophe in waiting, wasting the Spyro and Crash franchises on remasters instead of getting new games. Thus, he's the inept person screwing the brand, not all of those other people that were handed their pink slips. Given all of these factors, it's only going to get worse, not better, monetization-wise for Call of Duty going forward, and we'll talk more later about upcoming Call of Duty development. This is why, even though Vonderhaar gave answers in pre-launch interviews about not locking characters behind a limited time grind wall, it still happened anyways, because those type of business decisions are above his pay grade, apparently. This is why the dynamic nature of video game development is both a blessing to be able to fix issues that are problematic, and a curse because we can never trust the information given to us about an upcoming game, because it can be changed for the worse at any fucking time, right out from underneath us, just with the flip of a switch. I'm surprised there isn't more regulation about false advertising with video game statements, because the microtransaction and monetization model is part of the essential core base game, and not having an answer about it prior to launch, or even worse, having something completely different than what was promised, is equivalent to shipping an unfinished fucking product. Don't write checks your ass can cash. Also, with this most recent update, they've further beaten a dead horse on PC with additional combining of playlists. For core multiplayer, there are now only 4 choices: Deathmatch Mosh Pit with TDM and Kill Confirmed, aka the better version of the mode that everybody seems to want to play; Objective Mosh Pit with Domination, Hardpoint, and Safeguard combined together; Limited Times Mosh Pit with Control, S&D, and Heist, even though all these game modes play completely differently from one another in spite of its lack of respawn characteristic; and of course, Free-for-All, that was completely forgotten about with the first pass. In hardcore modes, there's only a similar Deathmatch Mosh Pit with TDM and Kill Confirmed, as well as Objective Mosh Pit with the completely opposite in nature, Domination, and Search and Destroy. With Zombies, it's been changed to the Gauntlet map, the latest release map, Ether maps, Chaos maps, and Rush as your choices. This means that the game is so fucking dead on PC, it's already getting the out-of-life cycle treatment in spite of the fact that the game came out only 4 months ago. Yes, I know I already made a video about the subject with solutions to this problem, link in the description in case you missed it. However, this change is supposed to speed up matchmaking times, but it essentially does the opposite of its intention, even further so than the first original pass, because players will leave a lobby if they don't get their desired game mode, which means that there aren't going to be enough players to then start a match, and thus the entire system has to start all over again, waiting for additional players to join half-filled up lobbies. Someone jumping into the Objective Mosh Pit that is a Domination player will leave if Safeguard or Hardpoint comes up, and makes those players that are still in the lobby after the game mode and map are chosen wait even longer to get more players into that lobby than if it was on its own separate playlist. It's even worse in Zombies, because players that don't want to play a given map will leave the game right away, thus leaving your party neutered with the less than ideal foursome, or even worse, having the game end entirely because the host has left the game, leading to even more cascading loading screens and downtime, since that feature is in the coming soon black hole. Maybe that's why Treyarch has been so hands-off with this game, because they screw something up every single time that they actually try and patch it. Hence why the SOG stock nerf from the last patch was just reverted, and somehow they thought that the worst specialist weapon in the game, the Annihilator, needed a nerf because people were too good with something that you actually need to aim with. Speaking of game modes, there was a new developer update video on Treyarch's official YouTube channel channel, which contain mostly useless information that could all be found on a blog post somewhere, like most news YouTubers regurgitate for people that think that reading sucks. There is one tidbit of news in this video with a bare bones playlist that was part of the Grand Heist roadmap being confirmed to be a no specialist playlist that the community has been asking for since it's the worst part of the multiplayer besides the increased health and absurdly long time to kill. There was no confirmation of the new Ancient Evil map for zombies in the video. However, the Xbox Club app has accidentally leaked that it will be available in April for the inferior platform, since Activision is spelled with a $sign. Given that it was already confirmed for March in the prior update live stream, if we know that the PS4 gets content 1 week early, this means that Xbox and PC will probably get the map on April 2nd as a late April Fool's Day joke. Thus, it will most likely release on March 26th for the PS4. Also in leaks, although a new golden scalpel melee weapon has been found in Zombies for Blood of the Dead and the Ray Gun Mark II has been found in Blackout's Ghost Town, there have been leaks about 2 new weapons for multiplayer in the form of a sniper Mini 14 ripped straight from what game Blackout copied PUBG that will be a semi-automatic AIDS variant given the generous hitboxes and lack of flinch for the weapon class, and a demo hammer melee weapon that for some reason needs shotgun shells loaded in the back because everybody loves burn damage preventing you from manual healing, and another rip of the pulverizer from a different game, Killing Floor 2, not just for making a sick chicken parm. Similar to the Cap 45, these will probably be available for the upcoming Shamrock and Awe event named after an idiotic invasion by the United States on Iraq. In non-Black Ops 4 related Call of Duty news, starting today, March 1st and lasting all month for PS Plus members, Modern Warfare Reimagined is now free, similar to when it was packaged with the higher priced versions of Infinite Warfare. This is the second time a Call of Duty game has been part of the free game with PS Plus perk, with Black Ops 3 being made free in June of 2018 as part of the marketing for the upcoming Black Ops 4. If you'd like to play the bastardized version of the game that made Call of Duty what it is today and put it on the map, then be sure to grab it. Additionally, the PEGI European Games Rating Board has actually posted a rating of 18 for a Modern Warfare 2 campaign remastered, which has long been rumored even going back to last year at this time, which basically confirms the existence of a game being campaign only to back up prior reports. These two pieces of news again point to a Modern Warfare 4 title for Call of Duty 2019, with both products getting players reacquainted with the storyline of that set of games from when Infinity Ward wasn't the laughing stock of the 3-Dev Monty scheme. What I find particularly humorous is the outrage that Black Ops 4 had when it announced that there would be no campaign, yet the Modern Warfare 2 Remastered with campaign only is getting the mad treatment that we've come to expect from the linear color-by-numbers story modes from Call of Duty games in an ironic Alanis Morissette oxymoron reaction. The move to release a campaign-only remaster of a game that isn't as old as Resident Evil 2, which almost necessitated it, basically screams cash grab and marketing hype because Activision is trying to squeeze as much money as possible with doing the minimal effort that we all come to expect from the corporation. The reason why people would want a remastered Modern Warfare 2 is for having a multiplayer experience that isn't riddled with hackers and actually getting some updates other than the removal of a painting in a favela bathroom, because if you want to play campaign, it's relatively cheap to find a used version in a bargain bin somewhere because the graphics won't really affect the story of a game, so it's a useless endeavor. Anyways, what do you think about Treyarch continuing to ruin Black Ops 4 and running their game into the ground, and the news of the remaster not being what anybody wants? I've been the Schwans27, making like a tree and getting the fuck out of here. Until next time.